Good morning, y'all. I'm going to show you how to make chicken and dumplings, and we're going to do it fast and easy. But the best part is they are so delicious, nobody will ever guess you didn't work all day and make everything from scratch. We got a family to feed, so let's cook. So this is perfect when you've got more going on than you know what to do with, which is kind of what we have happening this week. Plus, I'm getting prepped to go out of town for a little bit. I need to have some stuff I can stash in the fridge so that the big kids can just pull it out and use whatever they need to. Alright, so this is our cheater version of chicken and dumplings. 99% of what I do is absolutely all fresh, homemade, from scratch, but sometimes you don't have time. And this is one of those situations for me. Alright, so I've got my crock pot sitting right here. And this is just one onion that I minced up. And that's going to go in the bottom, just like that. And we're going to add a few things to that, including our chicken. Now, this is about 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast. It's what was on sale. That's why I grabbed it. You can use 1.5 pounds of whatever. It really doesn't matter. And I've only got about 3 of them, but 2 of them are pretty freaking big. That's a big chicken breast, right? So, just to make it go a little faster, I'm cutting them into thirds so that my pieces are like this. And you're going to tuck that down on top of your onion. Put it on a little bed. And we're going to do a couple other things to give this some flavor. It's also going to help balance the fact that we're cheating. We're using some processed products, which I do keep in the cupboard in the event of an emergency. And actually, the emergency this time is simply there's something I decided I wanted to go do tonight. Which means I don't want to be here cooking dinner. And you know what? You define your emergency any way you want to, and you have I can't speak. You've got my permission to decide to go out and do stuff. Okay, so our chicken is in here. We've got 2 cups of chicken broth in this bowl, and to that I'm gonna add. I've lost my spatula. This is 1 10-ounce can, and I can't tilt it without spilling it. There we go. Cream of chicken. And then I've got another one, which is cream of celery. You can use whatever you want. Okay, if you want to use what's the cream of mushroom. Cream mushroom soup. I tell you, I know how to make a version. I ought to do that. Make a version that's from scratch, which is actually what I choose to do most of the time. But I have noticed recently, especially with the bigger kids cooking more and more, I've gone back to some of the shortcuts I grew up with, my mom used, including condensed soup. They come home, they've had a long day at school or work, it's their turn to cook for the family, and yes, of course everybody's preference is scratch. But sometimes, y'all, there's no time. Okay, so here's what this looks like at this point. So we have our chicken nestled down in our crock pot, and we're going to throw in a bay leaf, and then we're going to toss in our liquids. I kind of stirred them up. I didn't work real hard. It won't matter in the slightest. Okay, now to brighten that up, that is about 1/2 cup of chopped fresh parsley. If you don't have it, skip it. Feel free, okay? And this is a good tablespoon of fresh thyme. I just ran my knife through it, got rid of the big stems. And then we're going to sprinkle in about 1.5 teaspoons of dried rosemary. And we're going to give it a little bit of salt, not much, and this is kosher salt. You don't want to use too much salt because processed foods, even if you use like a low sodium chicken broth if you don't have homemade, processed foods contain a lot of sodium, right? Including those condensed soups. And people sometimes will question me about my use of salt when I'm cooking 100%, it's just black pepper. When I'm cooking 100% from scratch, I am far more aggressive. But if I do have a processed or canned or packaged element in there, I back off a lot. Okay. I am setting this to 4 hours. We're just going to put the top on it, walk away, and I'll show you how to cheat on the next step too, because that's how we're doing things today. Cheat. So we've gone 3 hours. We've gone 3 hours, and I actually realized I was setting myself up to have a problem right in the middle of the school run, which nobody wants that. So that's okay. We're gonna fix it. Okay, so here's what we look like at this point. It smells amazing. So that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Well, we're gonna make it better. And here's how. All right, so we had 3 chicken breasts. And what did I do? I cut them all into 3 pieces. So I'm gonna fish my chicken out and just set it over here so it cools a little bit. Now, if you're working with a slow cooker, I'm letting all the heat out, right? And the more the lid is off, the more heat I'm allowing to escape. So you have to take that into account. I'm going to work on, do I have it all? I have 2 pieces. I want the chicken to cool down a little bit so I can handle it some. All right, so right here, I have what's half of 16. It's an 8-ounce package of mixed vegetables. You can use just peas and carrots. You can use peas by themselves. You can use whatever. You can skip it. I don't care. Doesn't mind. Doesn't matter. I just have the ones that has the peas and the carrots and the corn and the green beans. And that is going right in there like it is. Just like that. Okay. And then here, I told you we were going to keep cheating. That was one way. Here's another. These are just smack biscuits. You know, they come in a can, you smack them on the counter. You open them up, and you can peel them open like this. And if you get lucky, yep, we got lucky. Get the ones with layers, guys, because they're already done the work for you. So this is what I'm going to do on these. I'm going to go through, I'm going to divide each one of these biscuits up as much as I can. Bunk. And then, this is it. We're just slicing them. Oh, you can't see that one. Let me do this one where it might make a difference that you can see what I'm doing. That's it. We have little dumpling-esque strips, okay? And then, this is important, when you drop these into your liquid, you don't want to drop them in just like a big handful. Drop them one at a time so they have a chance to get liquid on all sides, and that will help keep them from sticking together, okay? So take just a minute and you're dropping them in like that, give them a little stir, and then you're going to come back to it. All right, I'm going to finish up these biscuits, cutting them into strips, and then we're going to go to work on the chicken, but I'll show you what that looks like when we get there. Alrighty, there's our biscuits. They're all in, and I proceeded to let every bit of the heat out, so I'm going to have to kind of add a little extra time to get it back up to temperature, but that was on me, okay? If you're more careful, that won't happen. And then over here, I've got all of our chicken, which I just shredded up, okay? That goes back in the pot, and I'm going to bring it back up to temperature and let it go for about another hour and a half, okay? I told y'all we weren't going to work real hard on this one. And I meant it. Alright, we are perfect. We've come back up to a simmer, right? Don't let your heat out. It won't take the hour and 40 minutes that this took. Oh, wow. Alright, so the kids are circling the wagons. They are after our chicken and dumplings. Especially Boone, who's holding the camera. My child will fight you for some dumplings. Alright, Boone, so you can have the first batch, okay? This is it. I told you we weren't gonna work real hard. Now, you have some liquid left in here, that's up to you. If you want yours more liquid, it's your food, do what you want. That is the world's easiest cheater chicken and dumplings. Let's see how we did. Don't get my face, I don't have makeup on. Man, that's hot, but that is worth burning your mouth for. Yeah, that's good. Hey YouTube, thanks for watching, and if you thought that video was helpful, do me a huge favor. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get a notification whenever I post a new video. And if you have a second, hop on over to Patreon and check out how to support my channel even more. Again, thanks for watching.